right. So this module is about going with past behavior. When I say going with past behavior, I mean relying on past behavior. Now, this entire series is about building and leading great teams. Now, if you want to lead a great team, you have to first build a team, so which means you have to have a team. And if you want to have a team, you have to hire the team. Now, while you've arrived at qualities of greatness, as well as 5 top qualities you would look for in anybody you hire, it's important that you do this, keeping in mind past experience. And I don't just mean your past experience, but the past experience of the candidate. So whether you conduct an interview, or you conduct just an informal conversation, or you're just getting to know about somebody by just watching them at work, or you're doing something like a background check or a reference check, one of the things that you should keep in mind is that the best indicator of how somebody would come and do a job in your organization, or how somebody would perform once you hire them into your team, is the way the person has performed in the past. Past behavior is the best indicator of future behavior, not anything else. So, in the whole job market, it's a market full of promises. It's filled with people who are making all sorts of promises, saying, I'm a dedicated person, I'm a hardworking person, I'm self-motivated, I'm a self-starter, I'm result-driven, I'm very focused on customer-focused, and so on. What I really care about is not what you write there, or not what's on your LinkedIn profile. What I care about is what have you done in the past. What evidence do you have of having shown any of this? While this series of sessions is not about hiring or conducting interviews alone, I want to just let you know that you might most likely conduct an interview. Okay, and I don't want to go into the details of interviewing skills and so on in this module, because we're talking about building and leading great teams, and I want to focus on the leadership dimension of it. But do keep in mind that even if you're conducting an interview, it's important for you to look at past behavior. So I would look at a person's profile, and suppose one of my qualities of greatness, which I've written down, is that somebody who's great is willing to make choices even though others don't support him in those choices. This is one quality of greatness. And another quality which I've written down, one of the top 5 qualities which I would want in a team member, is great language skills. And there's a specific reason I'm picking these 2, because there are some nuances to this. So I would, in the interview, find out from this person what choices had they made in the past, where the rest of the people were against it, but they made that choice anyway. So if I ask that person, would you make a choice if everybody else is not for that decision or that choice, and would you still go ahead and make it? He or she might just say yes. But have they actually done that in life? That's what I'm interested in. I'm going to look at where have they done that in the past and collect at least 3 instances or examples in the past when they've done it. Having done it once in isolation might not hold that much of water. The other thing I would do is, if it's a quality I can check right then when I meet the person, or in that conversation, or in the interview, if I say, the second example I gave you is, apart from making choices against all odds, the second quality is good language proficiency. I would speak to that person and listen to that person's language. If I'm talking about written language, I would ask that person to write down a short piece. This would give me a sense of that person's language proficiency. So in the end, when you hire people, it has to be based on what they've done in the past. There's no use somebody telling you, I'm a real creative problem solver. I'm going to ask you, what have you done in the past? Give me 3 examples from your life when you had problems and you solved them creatively. And let me hear what you did. And what were those problems? And where did it happen? And who were involved? How long back was this? What was the solution? I'm interested to find out evidence-based past behavior of the person, rather than random ideas of the person, because everybody would walk into an interview or a conversation and say, oh, I'm a great problem solver. I'm great at goal setting. One of my strengths is actually handling stress. I would rather talk to you about the stressful situations you faced in the past and How have you dealt with those stressful situations? Did you come out of it stronger? Did you break down? Did you have a nervous breakdown? Did you just sort of survive because somebody else supported you? I'm interested to know those things. And here's what you would do at the end of it. You would check if the person at least has demonstrated 3 of your qualities of greatness, 3 of your 5 dimensions of greatness, and 5 out of those 10 which you shortlisted, 5 qualities that you would like to see, which are positive qualities which any team member should have. And if I'm able to identify that, I think that's a good indication that that person would be a perfect ingredient for the great team that I'm trying to build.